More fallout now over the new voting law in Georgia. Major League Baseball pulled the All-Star game out of Atlanta, and over the weekend, the Braves covered up the All-Star patch on their uniform.
The MLB's decision comes after civil rights groups put pressure on organizations and corporations to pull business out of Georgia.
Two major Georgia-based companies, Coca-Cola and Delta Airlines, are now taking the same stance, arguing the Republican law was based on a lie and will restrict voting rights. Delta CEO Ed Bastian spoke to CBS this morning.
The right to vote is sacrosanct, and we can't do anything to send a message to people that we're going to make it more restrictive and harder to have their voice heard.
That's right. Corporate America has come out in force against Georgia's new laws. Delta and Coke spoke out. The MLB moved its All-Star game, and FX decided to film the next season of Atlanta in Alaska. Ooh, Paperboy's not going to be happy. And look, it's great to see corporations use their influence in support of voting rights, but just to be clear, they didn't do this out of the goodness of their hearts, right? They did it because liberals were threatening to boycott them if they didn't speak out. And it's actually amazing what you can get companies to do when you threaten a boycott. I mean, just the threat of a boycott got Coca-Cola to back a voting rights group. Think about that. That means with just a little more pressure, we can probably convince Coke to put cocaine back in their drinks. Let's do this, people. But I guess I'm not surprised that they gave in, because a lot of these companies aren't exactly in a great position to negotiate. Well, you can't boycott Delta Airlines, because what are you going to do? Fly a different airline? Yeah. Oh, well, when you put it that way, I guess we'll put out a statement. Now, here's the problem for these corporations. Anytime they try to make one side of an issue happy, people on the opposite side are going to get pissed off, which is exactly what happened next.
Georgia-based companies are facing backlash from Republicans after expressing their dissatisfaction with that state's new voting law. Now, Delta Airlines and Coca-Cola have found themselves in a heated fight with Governor Brian Kemp. After Delta's CEO, Ed Bastian, condemned the restrictive voting rights bill, Republicans in the state legislature are looking at increasing taxes on the company in retribution.
A group of Georgia House Republicans is canceling Coca-Cola. They're saying Pepsi is okay after the company's CEO spoke out against the state's new restrictive voting law, asking for all Coke products to be removed from their offices.
GOP chairwoman Ronna McDaniel tweeted, quote, "Guess what I am doing today? Not watching baseball," followed by 4 exclamation marks.
Former President Donald Trump is calling for conservatives to boycott corporations,
saying it's finally time for Republicans and conservatives to fight back. Boycott Major League Baseball, Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, JP Morgan Chase, Viacom, CBS, Citigroup, Cisco, UPS, and Merck. The radical left will destroy our country if we let them. We will not become a socialist nation. Adding Happy Easter.
Okay, first of all, I love how he just threw Happy Easter in there. I mean, forget politics. I think Trump needs to start a line of greeting cards. Hunter Biden's laptop exposes the whole Russia hoax. The election was rigged. Mazel tov on your bar mitzvah. But more importantly, Trump has now called for boycotting the NFL and the MLB. I mean, at this rate, pretty soon the only sport left for him to watch will be what? Soccer. And I actually think that he'll like it, especially the flopping. Mr. President, an important part of this sport is making it seem like your opponent did something wrong when in fact they didn't. It truly is the beautiful game. And honestly, you got to feel for the GOP, because they spend so much time defending corporate interests, trying to cut corporate taxes, letting corporations do whatever they want. And then the corporations are just like, cool, now we have more money to pay Colin Kaepernick. Not only that, Democrats are like, we will disband every corporation and make them pay. And Coke and Delta are like, yes, queen, slay us.